friends, and welcome to Home with Kelly P. Today we are heading outside to deck the front of my house and my porch, get it all ready for Christmas 2024. I'm not really changing what I do in the past. This porch does get a lot of wind, and a lot of snow, and we are expecting some snow flurries very soon. So I can't keep very many things out on the porch, but I do like to add a few things to get it all festive feeling. So without any further ado, let's get to working on this front porch and the front of my house for Christmas this year. I've used this wreath on my dining room window for years. I love it. It is huge, but I just keep changing either the bow or the embellishments on it. And this year I'm really excited because I changed the lights, and I will be showing a few night shots later on, and I can't wait to show you how it looks at night. It is so pretty. I usually do string up garland on the front of the porch, but this year I didn't have quite enough because I'm just transferring some garland from the inside to the outside because I threw out last year's outside garland, and I normally do it along all of the top of the porch on all four sides. But this year I didn't have enough, and I didn't really want to have to go out and buy anything more to do this. But I end up really liking the way it is looping in between these pillars and with a little bit of a tail on the two outside pillars. It's something new for me, and I actually end up really liking it. Here's a quick little DIY I thought I would try. I wanted something a little different on the front porch, so what I'm going to do is take the lights that I took off the wreath that is over the dining room window, and I'm going to take these tomato cages, and what I did was I tied them with an elastic at the top to make a tree shape, and then I'm just going to insert one inside the other just to give me more of a sturdy base to string the lights around. And then I'm going to use it as a little Christmas tree out on the front porch. And here I'm trying to decide where I want this little tree to go. We had this table out on the porch, and I thought maybe I'll put it in front of the window and put it on top. But to tell you the truth, this porch gets so much wind in the winter and snow that we thought there's no way that's going to work. So then we had this extra planter. We thought maybe we'll put it in that and secure it down with either a brick or a stone. But then it really wasn't working for me. I really didn't like it. You could see the stone and the brick, and it just wasn't working. So I can't wait to show you what we ended up doing with it in the end. This tall planter stays on my porch all year round, and in the summer it has my flowers, and at Christmas time it's one of my favorite things to decorate, and I fill it full of fresh greens for Christmas. But in my desire to try and do something a little different on the porch this year, and I couldn't quite figure out what I wanted to do, I decided to put my little DIY Christmas tree here and just fill around it with my fresh greens. That meant I didn't have to buy as many fresh greens, and I love the way this looks. In the daytime, you still get the look of those greenery from the street level, but at night it lights up and it's so pretty. So I just want you to try to think of maybe something else to do. If you're not quite sure what to do, little tweaks here and there can make a big difference. It doesn't have to be an all-out total change up of things. Now, with all the lights going on the porch and on the dining room wreath and with this little tree here, there's a lot of extension cords. So what I came up with was I took one of my old planters, I put all the excess extension cords in it, then I tried to hide them with some birch logs and my candy canes and some extra greenery, and I thought this turned out so cute. It's not perfect, but it hides the bulk of all those ugly cords. I mean, extension cords outside are going to be a norm. You can't get away from them when you want it all lit up. But I thought this was a good way to hide things. Now, I looked at my planter and I thought it was still lacking something. And then I remembered we had these hydrangea at the back. So I thought, I'm going to try and clip a couple and put them in the planter and see how they work out. And oh my goodness, it was exactly the finishing touch that this planter needed. So much so that my neighbor next door, she graciously let me cut some of her hydrangea. Can you imagine what this looks like in the summertime? It is spectacular. So she said, go ahead and take as many as I wanted. And that's what I did. And oh, it looks so beautiful. And I actually used some of these in my recent bedroom Decorate With Me. And if you missed that one, I will leave it in the cards up above. Adding in these dried hydrangea gave this planter just such a different feel, and the texture is beautiful. It is really stunning in the daytime. You get that visual of the dried hydrangea against the beautiful greenery in the day, and then at night you see the beautiful little lit up Christmas tree. I love the way this turned out. I love the natural feel and look of everything, and just using what's already around me in nature. It looks so pretty. So then I took one of the hydrangea and stuck it in this little planter over here with the extension cords just to tie it back into the big planter, and it looked so beautiful. But unfortunately, as I said, the wind did take this because it wasn't nestled in strong enough, and it has since gone. Like I said, this porch just gets so much wind and so much snow that we don't bother with putting out the chairs and the tables, leaving them out. I can't decorate anything like that. It just doesn't make any sense. So I do what I can with what I have, and I think it turns out beautiful every time. I am over the moon in love with the way this planter came together. And now here is a look at how the front porch came together, the front of the house. I love it. It's not that much different to what I've done in other years, but a few subtle changes really did make a difference, and I think it looks beautiful. We did hang wreaths up on our upper windows again this year. I did this last year, and if you want to see how we put those together, be sure to check out last year's Front Porch Decorate With Me. I show how we actually hung them up from inside the house. so much for decorating with me today, and I hope that I was able to give you a little bit of decor inspiration, either to try and hide those pesky little, extension cords, or try something different on your front porch. This isn't a big departure for me, but the subtle changes that I have made, I am in love with. Now, if you did like this video, I hope that you'll give me a big thumbs up. Leave a comment below what you thought of the planter. And if you haven't already, I would love for you to subscribe. And until I talk to you in my next video, guys, I hope you have a fabulous week.